Dire team ban.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the GGuard challenge. They're gonna go up against another team to see if they could hold on to their 500 bucks. This time, the challengers are going to be Signature Trust, so it should be a pretty good one. GGuard have been doing pretty well recently in their challenges, but I mean, they just dropped one yesterday. They dropped one a couple days before that, so this might be a slippery slope as far as their cash flow is concerned. We'll see if they can do it. I'm Mikelorus, good morning, casters. Today, I also have Danelie alongside me. How are you doing today?
I have literally gone halfway through my dinner and I just have to drop it for the cast. I want my dinner, but that's okay. So this time we're going to be seeing...
It's a late dinner.
Oh, yeah, my family loves to have their dinners at... Well, this is early for my family. Typically we have it at 10 at night.
What the hell?
Because my mum loves to cook late. So I normally eat at midnight and 2 o'clock in the morning, so it's no big deal.
That's weird.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Mike. I love the criticism.
You're welcome.
But GGuard and Signature Trust, they have played against each other not quite recently, about a month ago. And the previous results for that game was, it was Star Ladder, by the way. Signature Trust took 2 games off of GGuard. They went 2-0. So last time Signature Trust managed to take 2 games off GGuard. Can they do the same, or can they at least secure this $500? $500, it's a lot of money. GGuard already lacking $1,000. I'm not sure what they have to give up because they lose this amount of money. Maybe they have to give up lunch for a week or something.
GGuard is like a rich sponsor, apparently. They just have money to throw around.
Maybe it's their salary or something. You have to play well against these teams, otherwise you're going to have your salary cut or something.
They choose whoever threw the game the most and then dock their pay.
5 seconds remaining.
Yes.
That sounds pretty reasonable, but guys, we actually have a draft going on outside of our banter. Somehow, some way, both Troll and Sniper got through and are on the same team. This could potentially be pretty bad for GGuard.
I don't know, I kind of feel like because GGuard drafted this way, they might be expecting Signature Trust to draft this way, or maybe they want them to draft in this fashion so that they can counterplay them. Because GGuard, they've got some good heroes so far. They've got Batrider for initiation, they've got an Earthshaker to be there. You could say to control the Troll Warlord. Earthshaker is such a good hero in controlling those melee carries just because of the fissure blocks. So maybe GGuard is expecting this, or maybe they're hoping that Signature Trust drafts something different. I'm not too sure, but this is going to be, I don't want to say a typical game this patch, but it looks like we're going to have it with our Troll and Sniper pick.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a very patch-flavored type game, with the exception of Axe being banned out. He's the only one who's, I would say, the mainstay who's not going to be here, but hey, banned out, that's more or less standard there. GGuard, well, I mean, they're going to pick up the, as you said, Batrider, Earthshaker. They have decent ways of getting on top of the Sniper so far. It's not going to be the super easiest for them just yet. Most likely it's going to be Winter's offlane Batrider in this particular game, so he's tasked with getting on top of the Sniper with a fast Blink Dagger. That may or may not be a little bit difficult. There is a high chance that the Sniper is going to be in the safe lane, and then GGuard's ability to apply pressure to the Sniper with already the Earthshaker pick is fairly limited. So as far as applying early game pressure, gonna be hard. As far as applying mid game pressure, it really just depends on this Batrider, as it usually does. It's a toss up to see how fast he gets his Blink Dagger, and it's only gonna be him making initiation so far with a Storm Spirit and a Queen of Pain banned out. So targeting a little bit of Yamate's heroes.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention if they did not ban out the Storm Spirit, that would be GGuard's go-to pick to jump onto the Sniper. But with those 2 heroes banned, do you know any other heroes that Yamate could use in the mid lane? Maybe a Templar Assassin, grab that early Blink Dagger to try and jump on the Sniper. Maybe GGuard could pick up a Slark, one of the underrated heroes this patch. Or maybe they could go for the completely European route and go for a Spirit Breaker. We could see it, you never know.
I mean,
but I guess they won't because they have an Earthshaker, I guess. That'd be too...
No, it doesn't mean they won't. It just means it's a little bit less likely. Like, Spirit Breaker... I don't think I've actually seen any of these teams pick up Spirit Breaker, which is weird now that I actually think about it. It's all the freaking... It's a Spirit Breaker plague over in America and in Europe, but apparently it hasn't touched here yet. But it's a great hero at actually getting on top of Sniper. He has no way of canceling the charge himself, nor does Troll Warlord, so... For GGuard, that actually might be the pick if they're actually practiced enough with it. That might just be a case of, oh, we don't actually know how to run with this hero.
Yeah, because like we just said, it's a regional hero. That's so weird to say, but it is a regional hero. Not many teams in C. I think the only team I know in Southeast Asia that picks it up is Kingdom, and they run it quite frequently, but it's a hit and miss kind of hero for them. So no one's really outstanding with the Spirit Breaker pick in Southeast Asia. But well, Signature Trust, no, that's GGuard actually. GGuard is cutting through a lot of their reserve time. They're really taking into consideration what they want. They're going to go for the Yamate Windrunner, I believe. Going to be picked up third. She's not too bad. She's going to have the Windrun to really fight up against the Sniper and the Troll Warlord, so I don't see this as too bad of a pick. But they're going to have to really get some farm on the Wind Ranger. Her problem is that she doesn't have that much damage output herself. Even though she might put points into Focus Fire, she needs something like a Maelstrom, a Desolator, or a Blink Dagger just to really give her either utility or damage to really come online. Because Wind Ranger without items, she's pretty weak as a hero.
Yeah, and I think the only reason this Wind Ranger pick is going to be okay at all is because they have the Earthshaker already on their team, who I expect for GGuard is going to be spending a little bit of time over in the mid lane. Getting kills on the mid laner, whether it be Troll Warlord or a Sniper, is going to be really difficult unless you have some sort of way to set up that Shackle Shot, which is a broken skill if you can land it. And Earthshaker is probably one of the best heroes that you could have on your team if you actually are looking to land it. So it's, not exactly the best hero as far as getting in the face of Sniper, forcing him out of position, but if you could snag a long-range Shackle Shot, if you could somehow connect that with a Sniper, then you're just instantly going to win that team fight. There's not much a Signature Quest can do about that. They will throw the Living Armor on whoever is in trouble there, since the Treant Protector is now picked up, but this is going up against a Bat Rider already. Living Armor has no guarantee of sticking onto its targets for very long.
Yeah, especially with the two heroes on GGuard already, and they're going to go for, okay, another OP here. We're going to get a Juggernaut again. So, looks like we've got our 3 cores so far for GGuard. They just need to pick up a support after this. So, safe lane Jug, mid Wind Ranger, and off lane Bat. GGuard's draft, it's not incredibly strong, but if they can start picking up their feet and just start snowballing from the get-go, then I can actually see them really taking over those lanes, getting those towers. They actually have pretty good tower push with a Wind Ranger and a Juggernaut just because she's got the ultimate to really power down the towers. So, yeah, I think if they can snowball, GGuard definitely can take this game relatively early, but they can't afford to take this game late. Even with the Wind Ranger, even with the Juggernaut, even with the Bat Rider, they can't take this game late. There's just so much late game potential and Signature Trust. It's not funny.
Yeah, they have heroes that are pretty well equipped to protect those late game heroes, like of course, Lion is always going to have the disables, Treant with the armor, but even in the late game, when you're trying to bum rush a Sniper, you're going to have to work through Overgrowth, and that is really backbreaking because your positioning is more or less going to be forced every single time because, well, you're going to funnel into the Sniper, so if Treant Protector just puts himself in between the Sniper and the enemies, he should be fine most of the time. We're Phoenix and Lina being banned out, lots of Fire Hero hate in the last banning phase, but it is possible for GGuard that they run this Wind Ranger in a support capacity and have that Shackle Shot Fissure combination be used more on a roaming basis, in which case Yamate's hero still might be open.
Yeah, they can definitely do that if they want to, but Wind Ranger as a support, there's so many other supports that you could pick up. They'll do what a Wind Ranger does better. So we'll see if they want to pick up that final support or if it's going to be a last core hero for Yamate. I've never seen GGuard run a support Wind Ranger in all honesty, so I don't really think it's going to be in a support role. 15 seconds left on the clock. What do you think they'll grab?
It's pretty rare to see the hero in general, so it's like, well, the chances of you seeing the hero is low, and then support role even lower, so odds probably in single digits there, but GGuard, you guys don't have much time. It's going to be a Skywrath Mage for them, so it is just going to be the mid lane Wind Ranger, I would assume. And then have a nice Skywrath Mage Earthshaker. That's a lot of utility, a lot of CC there. And well, GGuard, as far as the CC is concerned, they're pretty well equipped. The Skywrath Mage, though, doesn't really have many great ways to set up his Mystic Flare, except until that Bat Rider gets his Blink Lasso. And who knows how long that'll take.
I actually like GGuard's draft this game. It's not an incredibly strong draft, but if they can, like I said earlier, snowball, then they do have a really good chance at picking off these heroes from Signature Trust. They've got Initiation from the Bat Rider. I'm expecting Yamate to pick up a Blink Dagger on this Wind Ranger. Whether it be a first item or whether it be a second item, it just has to be picked up just so the Wind Ranger has some solo kill potential. Just having the Blink Dagger, it helps you with your positioning, grab that easy Shackle Shot. And then you can finish them off if the Skywrath Mage is nearby with the Mystic Flare. So lots of long-range initiation from GGuard. The only question is, can they get these Blink Daggers? The Blink Daggers are going to be so key to locking down the sniper just to get into the back lines, because Signature Trust, they've got one goal, and that's just to keep GGuard at bay and make sure the sniper's in the back, all on his lonesome, just hitting down those heroes. But last hero for Signature Trust, I'm expecting an offlaner. How many offlaners are actually left? We've got quite a few, so they have quite a few options if they want to go in that direction. Probably a Bristleback, just to have another frontliner in the front lines, maybe?
Yeah. Bristleback probably at a premium right now. I would say the Clockwork also. Well, I mean, for pretty much the same reasons. Just put them on the front lines, put cogs in between the GGuard heroes and your own heroes, the Sniper and Troll, and then you're going to be good to go. The tankiness is definitely going to be a big aspect, but maybe I just like the Clockwork in general a little bit better than the Bristleback, but I think that's probably going to be a little bit better for them just because they're lacking initiation. Like, GGuard have a Batrider. They have, hell, even Windranger, who, off of landing a stray Shackle Shot, can initiate for the team. So if the Signature Trust don't have any way of responding to that, then they're going to be in a little bit of trouble, and this is going to be their way of responding to it. Magnus, as an initiator, it's not the best. It's definitely no Batrider. It's definitely no Clockwork, but the synergy you get in between him, the Troll, and the Sniper is ridiculous.
Yeah, holy damage. So Signature Trust, they are pumping everything into damage. But they do have a lot of control as well. So Signature Trust, they've got a decent draft, although their laning phase might be a little bit weak. Magnus, he needs to get his farm. Troll actually does okay with minimal farm, so long as he doesn't get continuously picked off. And Sniper, even if he falls behind, his farming speed's not too bad, and he can always grab those kills with the snipe, so it's not too bad. Just Signature Trust, all they have to do is to stay toe-to-toe with GGuard, make sure they don't lose their lanes, don't lose those fights, just stick to them evenly, and they should pretty much take the game quite easily. GGuard, though, they've got a long road ahead of them. They've got so much to do this game, it's not funny. They have to shut down the Sniper, shut down the Troll. I think you can get away with not really worrying about the Magnus, but you still don't want to give him that blink, so they're going to have to still put pressure onto him as well. But aside from that, we'll introduce the players because the game is paused. Who would you like to do today, Mike?
I'm going to do GGuard because I know for sure how these guys pronounce their names, and I'm not 100% on some of the Signature Trust, so you can do that one. That's the fun task. It's going to be Ben playing the Juggernaut with Net on the Earthshaker. Ling is going to be playing the Skywrath Mage, and Yamate is going to be handling the Windranger. That, of course, leaves Winter to play the Batrider. Looks like he's going off-lane boots first.
Okay, so on the side of Signature Trust, on our Magnus up top, it's AABBAA. I think we're just going to call him ABBA this game. It's a little bit easier for us. In the middle lane, we have Double B on our Treant Protector. Below him is going to be our Sniper played by MyPro. Down towards the bottom lane, we've got Jap on our Lion. And lastly, we've got Lakels, who's going to be handling our Troll Warlord. So looks like the lanes are looking pretty standard. Nothing out of the ordinary. No aggressive tri-lane, so Signature Trust is going to play pretty safe for the moment.
Yeah, so this is more or less to be expected, and for Signature Trust, these are probably the safest lanes that they could possibly run. As you said before, it's up to GGuard to play this game a little bit more aggressively. That's what happens whenever you pick up a Windranger, and of course the enemy team gets a whole bunch of ramp with their Magnus, or later game ramp with their Magnus. So for Signature Trust, if they just play slow and steady, they should be fine. Don't dive for those kills for Signature Trust. If they have an opportunity to get kills, yeah, sure, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, they're probably going to be fine letting them go. They will secure the top lane bounty rune and what looks like the bottom lane bounty rune as well. So Signature Trust already off to pretty good start.
Yeah, a bit of a disaster for GGuard. They wanted to grab top, but everyone was kind of all over the place. So I guess GGuard, they just want to try and secure the lanes, even though they're going to give up bounty runes. As long as they can either win the lanes or just pretty much bully Signature Trust out of them, even though they might get EXP, just pretty much deny them gold, it shouldn't be too bad. But we'll see for the moment. Nothing's really happening because the creeps haven't even reached the top and bottom lanes yet, but middle is well underway. So we'll see how Yamate goes up against MyPro on the Sniper. It's range versus range, but Yamate copping quite a bit of damage for the moment. He has a little bit of regen, not too much. So he's going to have to try and grab that early bottle, which I think is coming now. No, just going to grab more tangos.
Yeah, the fact that he didn't get that early bounty rune is really going to set him back in this lane because of that lack of bottle. MyPro getting it isn't really going to matter too much. Sniper is okay if he doesn't get a bottle, and it's perfectly fine for him to just sit back on tangos and, well, be a little bit more restrained in his shrapnel casting. But that shrapnel is going to do a pretty good job at zoning out Yamate, as it usually does. Windranger, though she does have the capacity of trading hits with the Sniper, it's just a little bit too risky, really. Like, unless you have that wind run in, well, now Yamate does. Trading hits with MyPro is not a winning proposition because she's going to fall behind in the regen race. So Yamate's already in a little bit of trouble over in the mid lane. Still last hitting decently. Sniper isn't really as so, but yeah, it looks like it should be more or less an even lane, although the explosiveness and the kill potential is definitely here. Up towards top, Abba is going to be going up against 3 heroes, and there may be a little bit of a shortage of lockdown here from GGuard, especially lockdown that'll reach through Skewer, but this Magnus has definitely got to be a little bit careful regardless of that fact. If Net rotates in with the Fissure, and if it actually gets a decent wall off, then Magnus is pretty much dead.
Yeah, and I guess I could still use Ling as a sort of initiation with the silence, but he's not really grabbed the Ancient Seal, and he'll probably pick it up at level 3. So no silence for Ling as of yet. Bounty Rune down bottom going to be secured by Jap, but he is going to be chased up by Winter. He shouldn't go down here for, that's 3 Napalm stacks, but unfortunately Winter not able to catch up to the Lion. So no kill there for our Batrider. Just going to have to give away that rune. Up top though, Magnus going to pick up the double damage, but not really going to help him in the least. It's just going to deny it from GGuard, so it's not too bad. It means that there's no double damage rune for any of the supports that could rotate into the middle lane for GGuard.
Yeah, that's really when you wish as a Magnus that it's an invis rune, just so you could sit in the lane and get a little bit of experience. Luckily for, or I guess fortunately for Signature Trust, they did have Boots of Speed on the Lion, and they're going to decide to put the boots on him as their well, support with boots and not on the Treant Protector, who really doesn't have many plans in the early stages of the game. He's been stacking up a little bit. There's a double Ancient stack already, which will be cleared eventually, but not until MyPro or someone on the Signature Trust side gets a Mask of Madness. That's probably going to be part of someone's build, and actually, that was a failed pull right there from the Magnus. That's a little bit awkward, but either way, that does represent part 1 of their huge ramp strategy. Just stack up the Ancients really high, stack up the jungle really high. I would like to see the tree do a little bit more of that for Signature Trust, and then clear it all out with the Empower, or just the clearing power of a life-stealing sniper. And if they do that, then, well, GGuard don't really have something similar that they could do. I guess, like, clearing out Ancients and stuff with them with a Juggernaut is also feasible, although it doesn't really seem as worth their time as for Signature Trust because they have the Empower.
Yeah, it's so much easier when you have the Empower. It's a free Battle Fury to the Troll Warlord. It's not really going to help the Sniper in a cleave, or you could say Medusa split shot, but it will help amp up the damage, and that's going to be crucial later on in the game. But still, it's going to help for farming too, I suppose, or just speed up his farming speed just to have that extra damage. But Magnus won't max out the Empower anytime soon. Maybe up to level 9, then he'll actually start putting points into it, just because you want extra range on the Skewer every now and again. So, Abba though, all he has to do is just grab some EXP and some farm. He's doing whatever he can, but very, very minimal farm on him. 1 CS and he's already being bullied out by both Ben and Ling, so hard life for Magnus. He's still, oh, he just hit level 2 actually, so he's not in a bad spot. But the only problem is when you draft a Magnus, it's very difficult for him to really make any plays in any sort of ganks to come back. He needs some sort of farm. So I think Signature Trust might give him a spare lane once they get something on their Sniper and their Troll. Then that's probably the chance for him to really grab some farm.
Yeah, perhaps the play for Signature Trust is going to be let the Troll Warlord Lakelz get some lifesteal, which he already has. Morbid Mask is up, maybe wait for Helm of the Dominator, and then throw the Troll in the jungle, and then let the Magnus take the lane. That's probably the safest way that they could actually get some farm. Winter, in the meantime, he is having, or had, a roughly similar time to the Magnus, but of course, Batrider's Batrider, he is going to clear out a giant stack of hard creeps, and then suddenly he's level 4, pushing level 5 with half of his gold for his Blink Dagger. So, Batrider advantage showing itself over the Magnus right now, and it doesn't seem like Signature Trust have any plans nor the capacity to slow down this Batrider's jungle. So Winter's Blink Dagger should be coming up pretty much without a hitch, and the same cannot really be said about this Magnus. Level 2 Magnus is a pretty useless hero, especially when there's, level 3 on the Skywrath Mage, level 5 on the Juggernaut. Things are kind of out of whack over on this top lane, and this tower is going to be pushed. Jap is coming in with level 3, and killing off Net is a possibility. This only level 1 Shaker. Fissure through is going to catch Abba in a corner, but that's not going to result into anything. No level 6 yet on the Juggernaut, therefore GGuard will pull back.
Yeah, GGuard don't need to overextend for the kills. They're already shutting down this Magnus so much. So they're in a pretty good spot. They can just take it slow. They're very passive this game, actually. I've seen a lot of their games. I've casted some of these games with you as well. And they've played aggressive, but It seems that they've just kind of slowed down their playstyle. They're just going to grab their farm. They want to play it safe. They don't want to really they don't want to lose anything to Signature Trust, because that's going to be a step in the opposite direction. Oh god, Jap though. Invisibility rune, just scouting out the jungle. Not going to find anybody there, but I think he wants to jump onto Yamate, but very defensive positioning for our Wind Ranger, so very low chance to really kill Yamate unless he actually gets baited by MyPro, but don't really think that's going to happen. He's still hanging around the tower.
Oh, Wind Run was used, but Yamate does fall back instead of pushing forward, so Jap is probably not going to find anyone. He was really hoping to run into a Bat Rider there. Bat Rider previously was very, very banged up in the jungle. He was at like less than 100 HP, I think, so then literally any hero in the game can get that kill from there on out. So Lion, unfortunately for him, isn't going to find anyone. Yamate still happily farming away. Him and the Sniper actually exactly even, so yeah, this mid lane is a wash. The safe lane farmers are more or less a wash as well. And now they are going to make that play. Signature putting the Troll in the jungle where he's going to be just fine with already level 1 in power from the Magnus to clear out a triple stack of hard creeps. Not bad there for Lakels. And then, of course, Abba's going to be claiming the farm down towards bottom. So shuffling their lanes a little bit is going to leave the Juggernaut up against no heroes. And that's probably for the best since he now does have an Omni Slash.
Yeah, so with the Omni Slash, I would hope that Ben tries to grab a kill with this. Every time it's off cooldown, they need to grab kills on Signature Trust, whether it be on a support, whether it be on a core. Just keep on grabbing those kills, because they have to keep the momentum going. They have to really bully these heroes out of the lane, grab those kills, and just slowly start snowballing. But the first step in the right direction will be to grab that tower. And that bit of gold's going to help not just the top 2 heroes, but also Yamate on the Wind Ranger. I'm not too sure what he wants to go for his first item aside from the phase boots. Would you think Maelstrom will be Yamate's first item pickup, or would you think something else is going to be a core item?
I'm inclined to think it's going to be just a Force Staff. Like GGuard, they are well on their way to a Blink Dagger on Bat Rider, so their damage output is going to be high enough with the early damage of Firefly, so they don't actually need Yamate to straight up rush damage. They have enough to take a fight should a fight break out, so they just really need to make sure that he lands those shackle shots. Eventually, when the Firefly becomes a more underwhelming skill as far as damage output is concerned, and the Shaker's Fissure isn't really hurting that hard since it's only level 2 right now, but level 2 Fissure is decent for 8 minutes, not really so for 20. Oh, they're going to find BB in the jungle. Omni Slash is awaiting this tree. 1-2 swipes. And that'll be first blood. GGuard draws it on the Tree Protector. Wrong place, wrong time. And of course, with that seal, you can't get anything off. Not like he had anything to get off. Living Armor would not have saved him there. So for GGuard, that's going to secure first blood for the Juggernaut. Also, it's going to let Winter have enough free time as the Bat Rider to grab his Blink Dagger. All things are looking right for GGuard to start playing things more aggressively.
Yeah. So once that Blink Dagger is finally on the Bat Rider, I hope that they go for a smoke with this. They will pick a smoke up on Winter. So they're going to make a play with that Blink Dagger, and rightly so. They have to come online as soon as possible. And oh, that was very scary for Yamate. He was going to go up the hill, but then all of a sudden he was like, okay, there's probably heroes out there. Did he actually scout it with the power shot? I don't think he did.
An Observer Ward, so
no?
Yeah. Observer
Ward. Oh,
Ward
he put an Observer Ward, never mind.
Sees absolutely everything, but can't do a single thing about it. That's really got to sting for GGuard. That's a ton of gold that Lakels is going to get. He's going to skyrocket in net worth. Not so much far ahead over the Juggernaut, just because Jug just got first blood. So they're still more or less toe-to-toe. But yeah, this Troll Warlord is starting to ramp up, and that's really the great reason why they picked up this Magnus. You can see it in his skill build. He just wants to empower people, and it looks like that'll be his job. Over towards mid, though, MyPro is going to be on the receiving end of a Mystic Flare Skywrath ultimate, and then, of course, the lasso as well. So Sniper is not going to survive that. Hell, no one on Signature Trust is going to survive that. So Blink Dagger revealed to get a kill on a pretty important hero.
Yeah. I was actually just looking at the Magnus. You mentioned he went for the Pure and Power build. I can't help but feel like this is going to handicap the Magnus quite a bit, because once he's thrown the power and the reverse polarity, what's he really going to provide Signature Trust in terms of team fight? Maybe just throw a little miniature skewer onto somebody? There's very limited damage output on this Magnus alone, so I kind of feel like they're skilling the Magnus into a hole. It might work out, but they have to be sure that Troll and Sniper gets the adequate farm to make the most of that empower.
Yeah, they're just going all in on Lakels pretty much, and if you're going to go all in on a hero, then Troll Warlord is definitely a good hero to go all in on. I think the problem with this type of strategy is that GGuard do have so much in the way of crowd control. A lasso means that, well, Lakel isn't doing any damage, obviously, but it also essentially kills off both the Troll and the Magnus, just because Magnus is going so deep into helping out this Troll Warlord. He's still getting his levels up, was there for the Clear of the Ancients, so his experience income isn't too bad, but GGuard have so many tools to just fire and forget on the Troll Warlord. Shackle Shot being one of them, Omni Slash, Lasso. Like, if Troll Warlord gets hit by any of those, then a lot of his net worth is going to go down the tubes, and then a lot of Signature Trust's fighting potential is going to follow. So, it's 2-0 right now for GGuard. They've taken one tower, and Batrider's ultimate is up again, so Winter should be looking for a little bit of blood. Ideally, he wants to find the Troll right now, but of course, he doesn't know where he is. Troll is still jungling.
Yeah, well, if you look at the score, it's only 2-0, so GGuard haven't really put that much pressure onto Signature Trust, so they're pretty much free to farm if they want to. They want to take this tower, but this might be a very risky play because everyone on GGuard's going to be coming in. Actually, there was a beautiful play from Jap. He's going to finger death. Oh, Winter, he's already down. Omni Slash, they're going to finish off Lakel's, and Jap's going to be the next target. Going to go up onto the hill. He will drop down, and looks like everyone's going to go down. Echo Slam just to keep everyone in place there, but looks like Abba might go down. That's not Abba, that was Earthshaker, so he'll get picked off by the sniper, but looks like our Magnus is definitely going to go down. No force off, no blink, try to deny, and he will get the deny! Wow! Nice decision making there from Abba, but unfortunately there for GGuard, they wanted to go for the initiation with the Batrider, but he got caught out in the backlines by the Lion, so great stuff by Jap with that Hex Finger of Death combo.
Even though that Lion, I guess that was just initiation, so even though that was pretty much spot on, it's exactly what you want to be doing. For GGuard, they just showed off what I just described, their ability to lock down and kill off a hero that may be very far ahead in net worth. Troll Warlord did not stand a chance because he got shackled, he got Omni Slash, no lasso there for sure, but yeah, Omni Slash will do it most of the time, and that Omni Slash, though not quite level 2, is going to quickly become level 2, so Signature Trust, they take a kind of messy fight afterwards. It's good for my pro, he gets to live, he gets to walk away, but so does Ben, and he's working with quite a bit of farm, has surpassed the Troll Warlord in net worth, and that's pretty disgusting considering how many stacks Lakel's has been clearing out in this entire game. So Ben doing his best to stay on par. They're going to look for a tower deny over in the mid lane net with a fissure, and the big enchant totem hit is going to get that tower deny, so pretty smooth play from the Shaker there. But GGuard, they're still holding strong at the moment. Batrider's lasso is still up because he didn't use it, and it looks like GGuard are prepping for another aggressive play. As our Signature Trust, I think they might have just double smoked. That might have been a mistake, but they're going to be walking up a hill where Net is going to spot them. So, or they're going to go into Roshan. That's good too. Firefly and Batrider, it's, well, he's stuck right now. But it is available.
RP is online. Yeah, RP is online as well, so 2 big crowd control spells are up for both teams, or 1 each I suppose. But yeah, Matei is going to show his face, but there's going to be the Shrapnel just to kind of zone him out. So GGuard, they want to bring Winter in first. There's the blink. Oh, that was a beautiful skewer. RP onto 3 heroes. Great stuff from Abba. He will be Mystic Flare down, but that's going to be a couple of core heroes on the side of GGuard just stuck on the hill. Ben, he can't Omni Slash. He's actually not in range of anybody. Lakel's! He's actually going to give Ben the range. He's going to be on the low ground though, but he will get picked off by Lakel's in the end. And Yamate and 10, they will get a kill on the line, but MyPro, he's not going to chase after them. Just going to go for the snipe. No one's going to really be able to chase after him. Lakel's though, is he really going to go balls deep for this? Probably not the right decision, so good stuff for him just to go back into the lane, continue on farming, but my goodness, that play from our Magnus, I want to give him a 10 out of 10, if I could rate him, just right now.
Oh yeah, should get one of those signs that they use to like judge people or whatever, that's definitely a 10, like
10,
it's
10.
only level 1 in power, so I guess he couldn't really get that far out of the pit if he tried, but still dragging up the Juggernaut mainly up to that high ground, just dragging up a whole bunch of GGuard heroes up there, and the fight is, well, probably as good as Signature Trust could expect, but even with that amazing RP, it's still just a 2 for 2. Like, they didn't clean up absolutely everyone up there just because they didn't have enough damage, or I think there was also maybe a sight issue, they just couldn't see anyone up there. So, though that was really nice to lock those heroes down, take them out of the fight, can't really follow up too much on that. Roshan is going to be claimed, and it's Aegis for the Troll Warlord. Does he still have it? Yes, he does. So Lakel's going to be a much tougher nut to crack now, but if Magnus can keep delivering RPs of that caliber without even having picked up his Blink Dagger, then this game is going to be much, much tougher for GGuard to claim. Magnus, maybe we can see, I mean, his skill build still isn't letting him contribute that much, but 1 point RP is sometimes all you need if the enemies are going to clump up. Batrider was so close to making the initiation there, from GGuard, but he just hesitated for just a split second, tried to get a better read of the situation, and then couldn't react to the incoming mag. So GGuard, they're set back a little bit, mostly because the gold and experience from that Roshan is going to be into the hands of Signature Trust, but looks like they're not going to slow down too much. They're going to split push the bottom lane while top lane is being destroyed by Lakels.
Yeah, Signature Trust, they've just been on par with shutting down Winter. Winter has just not had the game for initiation. He's been hexed, he's been RP'd, he hasn't really had the initiation of his life this game. He got one, you could say, uncontested lasso, but that was for First Blood. Was it First Blood? I think it was. But aside from that, Winter's had a very rough game, but Jap gonna go on the high ground. He's gonna Earth Spike, so there's no lasso there because they don't really have to waste it. So nice pick on the line, but down bottom though, looks like we're gonna have some trouble. Ben already down. Abba though, he's skewered. Actually not skewered, is invis, but I don't think he wants to skewer anybody. They will see Abba though. Can they pick him off? There's the lasso. They lose the Scarith Mage, but can they grab the kill onto Abba? RP just gonna keep Winter in place, but he will go down. 3 for 2. Signature Trust gotta be happy with that exchange.
I think Juggernaut tried to spin and leave there, but of course bashing does go through that, so Juggernaut was able to lock him down. GGuard lose 3. They gain 2 heroes again. However, this time we see the real problem with GGuard's draft. They don't really have a great way of jumping in on the sniper. Like, even though, you know, the Juggernaut was out of that picture for first thing, so that's like one of their biggest tools out. The Wind Ranger couldn't afford to really get close enough on that sniper, as Signature Trust were putting up a pretty imposing front line, especially with the amount of farm on the kills. So if you can't get on top of the sniper even doesn't have that much damage output right now, but he's still going to clean you up, just because he does do consistent damage. They're going to get a shackle onto Lakels, very short one though. Ben is closing in with the Omni Slash. He's charging forward, but into a creep wave he goes, so he can't afford to Omni Slash right now. They're still chasing forward for this Troll Warlord, but he has an Aegis. Blink forward, looking for a lasso or a bump back, but he'll bump him away. Shackle going to be thrown, not going to connect. Ben still giving chase. His power shot does whiff as well. GGuard, they had a chance there to take out the Aegis. Would have probably done it as well, as far as killing him off twice. But they unfortunately just can't get the CC to land. In the meantime, they lose their Shaker up towards top to 2 supports. Spike, Finger of Death, only level 1, but more than enough. Net's Blink Dagger is going to be a little bit further away.
Yeah, tiny misplay there from Winter down the bottom lane. If he managed to get the right flame break in front of the Troll Warlord, then they would have been able to kill off Troll, but unfortunate there. Lucky for Signature Trust, they don't want to lose heroes, so they're going to be happy that they managed to keep their Troll Warlord in one piece, plus the bonus up top. So, game's looking good for Signature Trust. They literally on par, if not ahead. Actually are ahead. Take a look at net worth really quickly. 3k lead for Signature Trust. EXP-wise, they're roughly at about 5k lead. So, Signature Trust in a very good spot, and all they have to do is just keep the momentum going. They don't have to put the gas on to GGuard because they're not on a time limit. GGuard's the draft that's on the time limit. Their heroes just not going to scale as well as the heroes in Signature Trust. So GGuard, if they want to get back into the game, they're going to have to make a move soon. Otherwise, they're going to have to hope that Signature Trust just makes some really, really troublesome plays. Because I don't know, I can't really see GGuard coming back with any good plays if Signature Trust continuously sticks together. If they can get a lucky wipe, maybe lose 3 or 4 heroes in the process if they have to, then maybe that's what they really need. But for the moment, they're just on the back foot. They're trying to recover, but I feel like they're afraid. They're just sitting behind Ben on the Juggernaut. They don't really want to go for aggressive plays. Oh, never mind. They're going to go for a smoke. Can they find anybody, though? Signature Trust on the complete opposite side of the map. So very low chance to find anybody.
That's a little bit unfortunate there for GGuard. They would love to get a kill with the Omni Slash right now. It's still powerful enough at this point in the game where an Omni Slash usage is probably going to get you a kill. I think Lakels actually might survive that just because he has so much armor, but he won't be able to survive everyone else doing right-click damage. So, yeah, it's still going to be a kill if they run into anyone right now. Their smoke is still being maintained, but at this point, if they run into Signature Trust, they're running into all of Signature Trust. So they probably, though they don't know about that, they will probably still back up. Really, they just need a Blink Dagger on the Shaker. That's going to be their easiest way at having a chance of coming back into this fight. That landing, 3-4 man Echo Slam at this point is probably what GGuard are going to be hoping for. Yamate's Shackle Shot also represents another way to come back, but man, it's not really the likes of a Black Hole or Chronosphere or an RP or anything like that. These are relatively small, especially when Yamate gets jumped over in the mid lane. Jap does have a Blink. Force Staff out from Winter, though, and it's going to keep Yamate alive, but he can't stay alive versus the Troll Warlord with BKB pop. They'll force out the Scarith Mage, but not far enough. Net's being chased down by the Sniper. It looks like the Shaker probably going to go down as well. Trying to hide in the trees. Stay in the trees, Net. No, he's going to die anyway. Abba still chasing forward with that Invis Rune. which for some reason he always seems to have, but it's 2 very easy kills for Signature Trust. And well, GGuard, I don't really know if that was a fight, but it's still not going to be anywhere near a victory for them, especially with the mag is still sticking around. He still doesn't have his Blink Dagger, but he's going to land RP onto Yamate, skewered in, so he can't skewer him out. Finger of Death is there. However, the Wind Run is going to keep Yamate safe. Spike from Jab, not going to come out. Omni Slash, though, will be absorbed by a large part from Lakelz. Will kill off the line regardless, but also the Wind Ranger dies. Ben now trying to spin his way out. Lakelz not going to give a damn about a tier 3 tower. Overgrowth going to be missed, actually, completely by the Trim Protector. Lakelz still going deep, still with 400 HP. Will die to the Echo Slam of Net, so Net collects huge there. But MyPro's still alive, and he's still firing away. GGuard, they're going to keep their Earthshaker alive for right now, so he can maybe at some point get his Blink Dagger. GGuard, they lose their 2 core heroes. They finally get the Troll Warlord, but it takes pretty much everything.
It was pretty much... The only reason they got the Troll Warlord was because he dove into GGuard's base while the T2 tower is still up. So Lakelz, the YOLO King, doing what he does best. He grabs another kill onto Ben, but he loses his own life. But they had to use a Echo Slam to commit to that kill. So that means that Net's not going to have that available for the next team fight, which should probably happen soon if GGuard wants to put the gas on. Otherwise, they could just wait till that comes off cooldown and fight after that. But man, this game's looking like a tragedy for GGuard. I don't know if it's just their movements or if they just don't really have a game plan. You look at their draft, it's a very solid draft, but it just feels like they're not really on... Their whole team is just not on the same page. They're kind of indecisive when they try and go into the fights. They don't have that clear-cut plan where they say we just jump on this hero, bring him down, and from there on hopefully we have a good fight. It's just been really good counterplays from Signature Trust. They've been in good positions, they've had that RP constantly being there to threaten GGuard, and that forces them to play very carefully. It means that they can't just do whatever they want, they always have to worry about that RP from the Magnus. It's still a big problem, and Signature Trust have so much damage that they can bring any of these heroes from pretty much 100 to 0 in a couple of seconds.
It's very easy to see how GGuard can get into a situation where they're just unsure about what to do, because they have to get on top of the sniper. Even though he's not quite as farmed as the Troll Warlord, he's not that far behind. He's, in fact, second top of the net worth. So MyPro is probably the biggest problem because Lakelz is so tanky. Like, the Troll Warlord's charging you, he's magic immune, he's more or less physical immune as well with 20 freaking armor, 23 minutes in the game. So you have to deal with this Troll Warlord who's right in front of your face, and if you try and turn and fight the Troll Warlord, that's exactly what Signature Trust wants. This Troll Warlord can go down if it means the sniper is going to keep on firing, so GGuard have to bypass the Troll and kill off the sniper, and that is a very tall order. The only way that actually happens is if the Batrider gets perfect initiation, and so far we've seen, as you said, one good Blink Dagger initiation there from Winter. All the other ones have been Signature Trust getting the initiation with either a skewer from the Magnus, now Blink Amplified, or a Blink Hex from the Lion. So if the sniper can keep himself alive, the Troll Warlord at this point can just be a tank on the front lines. That's perfectly fine for Signature. They're going to ride that wave all the way to victory since Sniper is getting more and more farm.
Yeah, and especially when the sniper gets tanky, and then it just becomes a point where who does GGuard focus? Because if they kill the sniper, then Lakelz is going to go crazy. If they kill Lakelz, then MyPro is going to go psycho. So it's just so hard for GGuard to take any of these heroes down and just to say that's the main problem. That is the main problem for our draft. Kill that one hero and then we're fine. No, they've got 2 heroes that they have to deal with, plus that extra you could say, which is Abba, who's been really good at intercepting with those reverse polarities. So for the moment, those Signature Trust just going to take it slow. They don't have to rush. They're not on a time limit. They're just going to take this next Roshan, which just popped up. Ags has been picked up onto Yamate, though. It's going to give him pretty much a very short cooldown on Focus Fire, which is going to be nice. The only problem is that Yamate just doesn't have damage. He's going to attack super fast, and he's pretty much going to be right-clicking super fast. It's not going to be anything like a Maelstrom Monkey King bar as of yet. So Yamate, he's going to have to find some damage eventually. I hope he grabs something soon. But we'll see if this Ags will make a difference in the next fight. Can they find anyone, though? Tree and Protector hiding in his invis. He won't be scouted. He's going to go towards the south, but GGuard, is this going to be the play that they need? They're going to try and go scout south, but no one's farming the camp. They need to find somebody. It looks like they're just going to have to retreat at this point, because if they just try and go around the map, then Tower's going to scout out Firefly, and they're going to say, oh, where's that Firefly coming from? I wonder. Yeah, there are probably no Winters there. So, unfortunately, fail smoke gank from GGuard. Unable to accomplish anything, really.
That's the play that they kind of have to make, but at that particular time, and even a couple of times before that, they just did not find their target. So Signature Trust playing things in a very defensive way. As you said, they don't really they're not in any rush, so they can afford to back off, stick as a 5-man unit, because they're still getting a lot of farm as a 5-man unit. They're going to go for this tier 2 in the mid lane. It's fortifiable from GGuard, but without Ben, there's no way that they actually take a convincing fight. They don't know who's behind Lakelz, and well, Lakelz even has an Aegis of the Immortal. He's so tanky, and he's going to have that tankiness twice. So this is really problematic for GGuard. They are probably going to lose the top tier 2 as well. If you're Signature, you just slide up there and clean that one out without too much of a problem. And then at that point, they're even powerful enough to go for a high ground push, mostly because they have the sniper. They just get a little bit of vision from something, anything, a shrapnel, or at this point even an eye in the forest can do it, and then just start chipping away at the high ground. So for GGuard, they have to make the initiation, and Winter is going to have a very, very clear target painted on that sniper, but is it going to actually be enough, because the Magnus is going to be there to counter-initiate with his Blink Dagger? This is a bad situation for GGuard to be in, and even at this point, I don't know if like a 3-4-man Echo Slam and a Shackle Shot is really going to save them. They're going to have to at the very least spend buybacks if they want to hold the high ground push.
Yeah, I just don't think they have enough damage to take these heroes down. They're just so tanky now. Even the sniper's sitting at 1.5k. Oh my goodness. Nice RP. They're just going to connect onto Yamate, but GGuard though, can they keep him alive? Looks like he will get picked off by the Troll Warlord, and unfortunately Ling going to be caught with the end snare, and he's going to go down as well. 2 easy picks for Signature Trust, unfortunately for Yamate there, but that was the RP expended, but there's no buyback on these 2 heroes. All of a sudden, top T3 and Raxes are going to be under siege, and what can GGuard really do? They have all their ultimates on those 3 heroes, but these 3 heroes just can't make the plays by themselves.
I didn't even expect GGuard to be there. I thought they were all just going to be balled up in their base, so I was actually really surprised that anyone got caught out there in the first place, but Lakelz is still going to go to work. Tower is down, Rax is going to fall as well, and with still another 20 seconds, at this point Signature Trust know that the Wind Ranger has no buyback. They could slide over towards mid and probably claim that as well, or get Ben over in the mid lane. Juggernaut's going to get hexed up, but with the Mask of Madness movement speed, he will be free and clear from the Lion. That's very easy in and out Raxing from Signature Trust. They just open up so much space for themselves around the map. Not like it was even necessary that they did it, but they're still working with the Aegis, and GGuard, nothing really has changed from them. A little bit of split push from the Juggernaut to get him an ultimate orb. That's not going to be doing jack in the grand scheme of things, especially if he gets picked off right now. In a man fight versus Lakelz, yeah, Omnislash will take out the Aegis, but that's exactly what the Aegis is for. They see Lakelz, and do they know that Ben is around? Well, they clearly don't. They might catch a glimpse of a creep or something, but you know, Ben is going to be just fine to leave. But man, this is a bad situation for GGuard to be in. Signature Trust, they still have Aegis time, so that should be the engine with which they're going to make this push. And I don't think GGuard can actually defend without having to buy back. They need buyback on these heroes, but Yamate, I don't think he can get 400 gold before this push comes.
He might be able to if he goes into the jungle, but just going to TP back to base. I don't know if he's just afraid or if he's just going to TP to pick something up. I think he picked something up, actually. I don't know. I thought I saw him pick something up, but I guess I'm a little bit blind at this point. But looks like the bottom T3 towers are going to be the next target for Signature Trust. They're going to come with the entire team, and they still have the Aegis. Yes, they do, and on a very tanky Lakelz. So even though GGuard might bring him down, they've got to bring him down yet again. So let's see how GGuard can manage to try and defend this, or can they defend it, really? I don't think they have the tools for it. Lakelz still sitting at a pretty healthy 2k, he's dropping pretty low to Yamate, but he's really not in any rush, so there's Lasso. And Signature Trust, they're not really going to be there to help him out, so there's going to be the reincarnation. Are they going to try and kill him, though? Echo Slam, oh, BKB, they're going to pretty much keep him in place, and well, Yamate, he's going to go down as well. Ben, he's trying to do whatever he can. Omnislash has already been used, he's BKBing, but look how slow he is, and unfortunate there for GGuard. 3 heroes down. The Echo Slam, though, just a tad too late. The BKB came up way too early, and they just couldn't keep him down. There's another hero down as well, Sniper killing Scarith Mage, and he wants to grab Winter, but that's a GG call. That was a pretty
the front
tragic
line,
fight.
again, that's just too problematic for a Signature Trust to deal with. They couldn't handle Lakelz once he pops the BKB. Even if the Echo Slam landed, he's going to take, like, what, 500 more damage from right clicks and the spell? That's not going to be enough because the Sniper is under absolutely no pressure. So for Signature Trust, that was pretty much the game plan. Just accelerate the farm with the Ramp Magnus. Mission accomplished there, and of course getting a couple of sick RPs helps out as well. And then just ride the Sniper and Troll Warlord pseudo late game to victory. And for GGuard, they couldn't get any aggression off. I don't think there's been a single lasso into Mystic Flare combo. I think there was one, but that's definitely not enough. So GGuard, for game 2, guys, just ban out Sniper Troll. I think that's probably a safe play to go, but guys, this is a best of 3, so we'll see if GGuard can bring it back in game 2. I'm Mikelorus. I've enjoyed by Danelie, and we'll be right back for the next game. Don't go anywhere.